course you know him. He is pretty famous.
Hololive owns Malone.
Oh, good. Well, I know that he doesn't have many fans, and, you know, that's how it goes when you're running a town, but I wouldn't really call him a lowlife. He's kind and classy.
Disgusting! You probably don't know who I am on account of my history has been erased due to your current husband. But you look at me, you look at this bandit reputation I have, and you know this is your future if you stay with that man, that panty-thieving buffoon of the mayor.
A panty-thieving? Goodness gracious.
I'm gonna give you one warning from one lady to another. You need to get yourself out of that relationship while you still can.
What I will say is that I will take your advice to heart. If he really is as rotten as you say, well, I'm so confused. I just feel shocked, and a lot's happened today. I need some time to think, and now I don't know how I'm gonna get home.
We could certainly drop you off wherever you're headed. Well, I mean, if it is the mayor's house, we might even have business there too.
I would like to go home, and I think that my husband would like to see me found safe and sound. We haven't quite introduced ourselves, though. I'm sorry. We are a bit kind of strangers right now. You can just call me Ruby. I came this way because I was investing in a diamond mine, and I met the mayor, Bones Malone.
Now, how did you meet
Bones
Malone?
Oh, we met at a ball, actually. I was invited, and that's where we met, and he stole my heart.
And I reckon he's about to steal your riches after that.
You all seem trustworthy, but I think we ought to spend a little time getting to know each other on the way back. The night is coming in soon. Perhaps we ought to take a breather. Well, you guys, what do you decide to do here with this very bewildered younger woman, who is kind of...
She likes them this young, huh? That's
her late 20s.
disgusting.
Yeah, young enough, late 20s, which is, you know, in the West. Actually, that was pretty old, but still, she looks very young. She's a very pretty lady. Well, team, since the night is coming in, would you like to set up camp? Would you like to go somewhere else?
Should we camp outside or should we camp at the mom's house?
Oh yeah, let's cannibals.
We don't know they're cannibals, do we?
Bert did mention, you know, wanting to eat Jaliope's, you know, thick thighs and tell me.
I just took that sexually.
Love is blooming in the West.
What does the Lord think about cannibalism?
I'd prefer that we not eat each other.
My Lord says cannibalism is wrong. All right, we should go over to their mom's house.
Well, you guys head over to the house of the cannibals. This is old, very downtrodden. It is next to a tree, and it seems kind of empty, to be completely honest. It seems like there's no one in there.
Knock, knock!
No one responds to you.
Well, should we just bust open the door? I busted open
No,
with my large frame.
And inside of the home, wow, what a stench that wafts over all of you. The smell of body odor and dank dustiness, a home that hasn't been cleaned in ages. And the first thing that you notice is that, you know, there are like leftover scraps on the table. Nobody's really there, except in the corner, you can see this decrepit old man laying in bed. Just long, uncut hair, doing nothing, hands folded over his body, very slowly turns to you and reaches down to his side.
Now hold on 1 minute, sir. Gentle, kind sir. We were invited for dinner.
Very slowly raises the gun in his hand and clicks. Isn't pointing it at you, but has raised it into the air. You can barely see him looking at you because his eyebrows are so long and his hair is so long. His hand's shaking with the revolver like he's gonna fire off a warning shot.
No. Since I am nobody who shoots first, may I attempt to shoot his gun out of his hand?
Yes, you may. You succeed in shooting the revolver out of this old decrepit figure's hand. It goes flying out of his hand, and his hand is still shaking, and he just looks at you with the same deadpan expression. There's not a single thought in his head, but his gun is gone, and you hear a rustling up on the second floor. They got paws! Oh, no, they got popped!
I know those toes. I pull my gun out and I use my big deal, which allows me to wall hack if they have a gun out.
And immediately your gun starts like pointing like in 4 different directions, and it keeps going back and forth. Say, oh hell! 4 different large objects drop on the ground, and then you hear some people come down the stairs with their hands raised, and you recognize 2 of them, Slim Boy Fat, Pony Mitchell, and you can only assume that Bert the Hurt is not here because he is incapacitated, his leg is in bad shape. And then a woman follows them, and a slightly older lady. She's not old, but she definitely looks like somebody's mom. And don't blame the boys, it was my idea to try and give you the sneak up, and, well, George ruined it all. George, you hear me? Where did you shoot George's revolver? George is still, his hand is holding up, is still like he was holding the gun. It's in the same position, shaking while looking at you guys. He's just so old. Isn't George my brother? My brother, he's actually 30 years older than me. My brother George, he's also my love. My love for the rest of my life.
What?
Brother!
More Calliope, if you could weigh in, what are your thoughts on this?
Alright, hold on. God, what do you think? I don't like it. You know, we've been having to make do with what we can recently. You know, not a lot of humans out there to satisfy or quench our hunger, so we've been...
What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, we only hurt the bad ones, and so we thought we'll take this job, and then we'll go ahead and take the bodies for ourselves as payment, and then have ourselves a mighty fine feast for a little while.
You're talking sexually, right? Right?
What?
You're not talking about killing us though, right? You're talking sexually?
Well, all that's gone out the window anyway. I don't really know what you mean by that.
Do we kill the cannibals, or do we let cannibals live in favor of Bones Malone?
What does your God say?
God? What do you think about these people? Should we put them out of their misery?
You can if you want. It's your funeral.
Well, my God's teaching says, commit your way to the Lord More Calliope, trust in More Calliope, and she will act.
We've got a lovely lady out there and a bunch of whiskey. We could just go, could we not?
Oh yes, is Ruby still outside?
She is. She's waiting in the wagon. She's been waiting for you guys.
That's just waiting for us too.
Can I whisper to old Jibril?
Yeah.
Go block the stairway with your large form so they can't get up there and grab their guns.
I walk to the hallway and it works like a path blocking system, so they can't walk around me.
All right, now can you please leave? We will not come after you if you leave right now.
I whisper to them, we should go because they didn't ask for their whiskey yet, so we should just hustle.
Maybe they forgot.
Yeah, I think they forgot.
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
I'm hustling out of here.
With your cool boots.
With my cool boots.
With your cool boots, you hustle back on outside. You may see them again someday out there in the west. At this point, though, you guys head back out to the wagon, and Ruby kind of looks through the front part, peeks her head out, and says, "Well, we better get moving then. What should we do about food? Maybe some of you fellas should go hunt something for us to eat. We might get really hungry."
Fellers. I'm hungry too.
Yeah, you fellas wanna...
All right.
Oh, but
I have a little bit of a crush on her, so I'll go hunt for her.
Ooh.
Which one?
For Miss Bones Malone.
Which
Sweet.
one?
Wow, really, you're crushed on the ladies today.
The former Miss Bones Malone.
Alright, I was about to get real jealous, but...
Understandable. How'd it go? Oh, wow, that's very successful.
I'll get you something for Miss Bones Malone. Just you wait.
Oh, boy.
Let's see, you find a cow that had gotten loose from its farm. And you managed to shoot it. It had seen a beautiful life at the farm, and now the cow is sleeping peacefully thanks to you with your gun.
I hoist up the cow on my shoulders and I run back. Former Miss Bones Malone, I found a cow!
My, oh my, you sure did! That's incredible! I just can't hardly believe my eyes. Are we having sirloin? What?
I'm blushing. I look away, I don't make eye contact. I won this cow for you. It looked like it lived a good life.
It's been so long since I've had a nice steak.
I have steak every single night with my husband, Bones Malone, who always makes sure we have the premium steak.
Son of a horse, Bones Malone.
He tells me every day how much he loves me.
You know, he told me that too.
How many times a day did he tell you?
At least 24.
Oh, well, he tells me 25.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
I'm not interested in being enemies. I just want to mine my diamonds and live a happy life with my husband, but I am thinking about what you told me, and I didn't forget it, so we're just gonna have to go solve things ourselves at the manor.
I think so.
We now have this large cow that was caught by the lovely Calliope. Can anyone cook a steak?
I have a point in survival.
Can this uncivilized little pup really cook a steak?
Why are you saying?
Well, sadly, it appears that you don't really know how to properly skin the animal, so it's just kind of... It's not really the most refined steak. It's like, okay, the cooking's not fantastic. It's a little charred.
We come and get that grub, and then I hand them the plates, and then I look at them expectantly, and I'm like, wagging my non-existent tail, all excitedly waiting for them to eat food. Yeah, it's ready. It's ready. Did I do a good job? Do you like it? I did my best.
Yes, it's all right.
It ain't inedible.
Yeah.
Sure is a little bit of a shame to what happened to old Jibriel's cow that he worked so hard to kill, but it's all right.
You guys don't know how to cook. Why are you complaining? Dang it.
Didn't you
not bad.
say you had some stories to tell? I wanted to hear your stories.
Oh yeah, while we're eating, let's have a campfire stories. Hey, I'd like to hear about some things.
Goes all the way back to my childhood.
Place a reassuring hand.
I blush.
Shoulder.
I'm blushing. I look away, and my heartbeat is raised, and I'm getting nervous. And then you feel like a little wetness, like I'm sweating really, really hard, and seeping through my shirt. The Lord, more Calliophe, she would. Ma'am, you're very beautiful. She was the Lord.
And I take my hand off and rub the sweat off on my skirt.
Phew! I stopped sweating as much. I don't know if it's something about me. It seems that everywhere I go, disaster follows. Like even today, when I was trying to help, you almost got hurt. If you actually got hurt, Mrs. Bones, former Bones Malone, and maybe the dog as well. If you guys got
Maybe
hurt,
the
the dog definitely, but especially former Miss Bones Malone. I don't know what I'd do with myself. I don't know how to love when everyone gets hurt. What do you guys think I should do? This is the closest I've been to someone in years.
Wow.
Well, I don't think you need to
should
worry
accept
so much.
yourself.
Really?
That's right.
Yeah, you just embrace who you're meant to be, and maybe if someone truly loves you, then they'll accept you, calamity and all.
You're
And
right.
I feel like Miss Post Malone, Miss Post Bones Malone, is an upstanding lady, and she would look through that.
My, oh my.
You may take.
Do you think she would be interested in me? I say in front of her face, blushing. Would Miss Bones Malone be interested in someone such as I with such large stature?
How forward.
Someone big and strong like yourself, so much bigger and stronger than that scoundrel Bones Malone was.
Bones Malone is pretty skinny, I will say.
I gain a new resolve today. You see it pop up above my head like a persona box, and it says, gain the resolve to fight for former Miss Bones Malone and will die for her.
Calliope will now die for you.
about Bones Malone.
Yeah.
I want to know about the story of Bones
tell
Malone.
us about your lover.
Well, you see, it all started when I came out west to start my sapphire mine. Gonna get into the sapphire.
All right, I'm seeing some parallels.
And I went to the town ball where I was just swept off my feet by that bone-headed Bones Malone. And I thought my life would be a fairy tale, eating steaks every day. All that until he erased my identity. He stole the deed to my sapphire mine to fund his campaign as the mayor. And I was left all alone on my lonesome. That rizless beta Bones Malone.
Oh, well, what did you do? What did you do to make him do that?
Why, nothing at all.
Are you sure?
Well, I may have threatened him with my gun a few times, but who doesn't in a marriage? You know how it is.
Well,
Well, you know, in moments of passion, sometimes the feelings just get overwhelming.
oh.
Makes you want to shoot a man.
Oh, okay. All right. So, like, you loved him so much that you pulled a gun on him?
That's right. I think you do understand.
I've just never thought to do that before.
Well, maybe you don't love him as much as I loved him.
Oh. Well, maybe that's the type of woman that Bones Malone needs, is a woman that doesn't love him that much, but it still likes him a little bit. Like a little bit. Hold on. I was told by Bones Malone that he invested in that sapphire mine himself and curated it all himself.
Well, you could call it investing if he poached me from the ball.
Oh.
Got me married. I didn't read the fine print there. There was no prenup. And in the divorce, he took it all from me.
Wow, did you? I guess you had a bad lawyer. Wow. Bad
Lawyer, I represented myself. I'm an eloquent woman.
I still feel like I need to confront my Bonesy myself. Oh, Bonesy, I'm on my
Bonesy, is
way.
that what you're calling him?
Yes,
Bonesy?
Bonesy. I want to go
You got a
home to my
nickname for
Bonesy.
him?
You know who came up with that nickname? It was me.
Let's change the subject. How about you, little one, little rascally one?
I was abandoned as a babe out in the wilderness. I'm kind of here looking for my family. See, I don't really know who my human relatives are, but I did my best to be wolf, but I ain't got no fur. I ain't got no fur, only hair on my head, so they treated me all different, like. But now, I'm just trying to fit in, see, because what am I? I'm not quite human anymore, but I'm not quite a wolf either, so I'm looking for my human family, see. I believe they're out there somewhere. I gotta ask them a question, like, why'd you leave me?
I hope
you find your parents.
Thank you.
I'll stick around with you till you find your family. I was just so touched by your story.
And you guys seem pretty cool, except for, like, maybe some weird quirks, but I think we all got our weird
quirks?
qualities.
Oh, you're one to talk. Goodness gracious.
Well, I
My
got
fingers
raised.
off.
I was raised by wolves. What's yours? Who's Calliope Mori anyway?
True.
That is my Lord and Savior. Have you not heard her voice? Calliope Mori, if you are there, can you please say something to me?
You hear a gun click and say, "That's enough out of you."
She
And
spoke. She says that she loves us all.
in reality, that was not the voice of Mori Calliope. It was the different voice that just
Uh-oh.
spoke to you. As a shot rings out into the darkness of the night. That's enough out of you. You hear some trotting of horsey footsteps. And before you, you see what looks to be the image of a sheriff. A sheriff with a big old star brandished on her coat, long pink hair, and a sheriff hat atop her head.
That's a spitting image of Calliope.
I noticed that you have a hostage with you over there. Ask that there's a missing persons. Mrs. Ruby Malone, are you all right, madame? Are these rabble-rousers causing you any trouble?
No.
Oh, we
She
were
wants
just
to be-
bringing her home.
Yes.
But go ahead, somebody use straight talk to try and explain the situation to the sheriff.
Sheriff, you look like the spitting image of my Lord and Savior, Mori Calliope. Can I ask your name before I...
So the sheriff kind of eyes you up and down and sees that you are a very pious worshiper of some god that the sheriff kind of doesn't really know, but like she can respect it. And she says, I can tell that you're a pious individual and you don't seem very much like your typical rabble-rousing outlaw. Actually, my name is Sheriff Morrison, but you can call me Old Pink. Everybody calls me Old Pink.
We weren't out to hurt Miss Ruby here. She just wanted some help. She was having a good time, weren't you, Ruby?
Yes, well, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, it's just because you don't like us?
No, it's not. I mean, you've grown on me. I've grown fond of you.
Oh.
It's just I do wish that I could get home very quickly.
Well, we were going to deliver you in the morning, of course.
However, it is my express orders from Mayor Bones Malone that I deliver Miss Ruby right back to Bones Malone at this exact minute.
You're taking orders from him, huh?
Well, he is the mayor. I can't say no. Additionally, I have some other deliveries to make to the mayor in a little bit here. Well, you see, I got a couple outlaws that the mayor just wants to question about some things, and you know, regular murderers, or scoundrels, robbers, those kinds of things. The mayor just wants to have a chat with them. You see.
Personally, what's he got personal business? Shouldn't that be the constable's job?
I'm afraid I can't really disclose any of that with you. You can see that the sheriff has a small little caravan off in the distance of like some prisoners that are being kept in a cage. Anyway, Miss Ruby will be on our way.
Are you sure it's safe to take Miss Ruby in the presence of all these criminals?
Yeah, how do you know you won't get lost control of those criminals?
We keep a safe distance. I ride pretty far in front and she will be right behind me.
Perhaps we should.
You trust all this? You want to be with them outlaws out there?
But at the same time, I suppose I could say the same for the three of you, except the difference is I've gotten to know you. I'm so sorry, you three, but at the end of the day, I just have to go with my gut and trust those that are civilized and trust the law. So I'm gonna go with the sheriff. But I hope I can see you again. Here, to take this as a token of our friendship, and she gives you a little handkerchief, and engraved on the handkerchief is a little R and an A. I must away now. You guys don't happen to know anything about some missing whiskey that the church has been looking for, do you?
Oh, we're not the
Not
drinking
one bit.
types.
You sure about that?
Just pumpkin spice lattes is all.
On the rocks.
Catching you later. Let's get out of here, skedaddle.
Should we follow them? They'll lead us right to Bones
I think
Malone.
we should follow them.
You know,
Maybe.
that tumbleweed fella did say he had more information on the mayor.
Will Ruby be okay?
Well,
We tried our best to warn her.
she has the Lord with her, so I believe that the Lord will keep her safe.
With that, the sheriff and Ruby take off into the night, along with the many outlaws crying out for help, saying, "Help us, please!"
What's going on over there?
The outlaws follow the sheriff in their caged little wagon, and they
You
disappear.
think we should free any of them?
Nah, they're outlaws for a reason, ain't they?
What do you want to do?
Whatever the lady wants.
Me,
Always the lady
I'm no
one.
leader. You're far more courageous than I am. I think you deserve the decision-making role.
But I would die for it. I would fight for you, my
What does
lady.
God say, Calliope?
God!
Remember who you are, Calliope. Remember.
I'm remembering! I believe that we should go on and we should meet up with Dumbleweed.
All right.
All right, let's go with that.
So, because a rest was taken, that means we also need to see if any of your debts come calling.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
So everybody
Bones
go ahead and
Malone.
roll a 1d6 for me. Oh no.
Bones Malone!
Oh no!
Sadly, you get the feeling that Bones Malone has probably been made aware of the fact that all of this is going on. Right now, what you realize you need to focus on is making your way back into the town. So as you guys head off in the direction of the town you guys have come from, the lovely town of Sweetwater, the lovely town of Sweetwater governed by the one, the only Bones Malone, who lives outside of the city. Who is riding at the front of the caravan? Probably Jalopy, right?
I suppose.
It's your horse.
Yeah, they got
It's my horse.
Yeah, your horse is neigh, which translates to I don't trust any of the others except for you.
I want to hear your highest neigh.
Oh, ain't that just adorable?
Wow, lovely horse.
You will have to cover for everybody else, though, because here's the thing. As you make your way into the town, there are some folks that are standing at the fence that are kind of checking the wagons that come in and out. And immediately, they kind of stop you where you are.
I'd like to use my deal with good manners. My mama taught me that good manners can get a man anywhere. Good day, officers. We are just moseying on into town. Me and my sweet horse here. I try to distract them. I just try to be very nice, so that way they're in a good mood and they don't check very hard and they're like, oh yeah, go along with your day. And like, oh, look at my horse here. My horse can do tricks. Dasher, do that thing you just did for the officers right here.
The officers kind of look deadpan at the horse.
She can do all this stuff because we follow the words of a good more Calliope, if you could follow her as well.
You have succeeded. They realize you're so well-mannered and kind of nice and, it's just a friendly big gentleman with a funny little horse. We'll let you through, but we do have to take a quick little look at what you're holding here. We see you got some whiskey in there. That's nice. Having a little party? What's going on?
I blush and I look around and I make up a lie on the spot. Me and my wife are looking to start a saloon together.
Wow, that's... Even though you failed, I succeeded. So they chuckle a little bit, like, awkwardly to themselves, and they say, all right, we'll be keeping an eye on you, though.
Hello, it's me, the wife.
They seem to not be
We're
trustworthy.
fixing to start a saloon.
Oh, okay, so you're the wife. But you a fan of whiskey, madam?
I love an old-fashioned.
Okay. They, like, kind of side-eye each other. Do you want to swindle them?
Yes, I wanna bat my eyelashes at them.
And this is also going to be a risky action. Townspeople are starting to gather around your wagon. Like, whoa, that's a lot of whiskey. Wait, hold on. I heard the Reverend really likes whiskey. Wasn't the Reverend expecting some whiskey? They just say, all right, we'll let you through, but I don't know. You get this feeling like they don't totally trust you, but they're going to let you go for now. But you guys make your way into the town, and then just as instructed by Tumbleweed Travis, you guys make your way over to the church. You roll up there. You don't see Tumbleweed Travis anywhere around. Instead, you see what can only be described as a holy father, a holy priest,
Reverend.
shrouded in dark robes, with a long mustache, long beard, walking around the side of the church to meet you folks in the back and says, it seems that you've brought my whiskey to me.
Didn't Tumbleweed have a long mustache and a long beard?
You can call me Reverend Louis Devlin from here on out. Now, I do intend to pay you. I do intend to pay you for your trouble. However, I gotta issue you a little warning here. You see, my boss, Bones Malone, Bones Malone gives me so much good whiskey, after all, because it's so easy to indoctrinate people and make them believe, someone's the good guy. And that's what I did for Mr. Malone. We have a very good relationship, working relationship. And, in the name of the Lord, I gotta make sure that, the right person is ruling this town.
Or Calliope, right?
What? I don't know what in God's green earth you're talking about. That's
I hope
very
that's a
strange.
sob.
I'm gonna go ahead and put that aside and give you your cash. I'm gonna have to tell you about something you should know. So we can't really just allow you to leave is the thing.
Uh-oh.
The Reverend kind of drops the cash on the ground, turns around and says, I got a sermon, so if you'll excuse me, I'll be heading into the church now. Goes inside the church, and then suddenly you guys feel the presence of 4 different outlaws.
No, I take it.
You take the board?
I'm nobody. I knowing love is long gone already.